Hi, I'm Solomon Coglano. Welcome to this episode of What's Going On with Shipping. So, as you're well aware, the country of Turkey was hit by a massive earthquake, nearly an 8.0 on the Richter scale. It has caused disruption throughout the country, building collapses, thousands dead, tens of thousands injured, homeless, who knows what. But what I want to focus on today is the impact this is going to have on the port of Iskenderun in the very northeastern corner of the Mediterranean, right at the intersection of where Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon come in the Gulf of Alexandretta. This is a image that was taken from the port by drone, showing you the image. The drone image volume out here. This is the image. You can see the container stacks have collapsed due to the earthquake. And now there is a fire raging right here in the center of the stacks that's out of control. It's almost inaccessible to get at. Those straddle cranes you see there that move up and down the stacks can't move basically because of collapses done by the containers. As the fire rages out of control here in these containers, it will spread to adjoining containers through radiating heat, through radiation, you name it. It's going to just jump from container to container. We don't know what's in these containers, so there could be hazardous material, no telling. But what you're going to have here is an out of control fire. The way to deal with this fire, and you can see the containers just sprayed everywhere, contents spilled out, would be to start pulling the containers out from the edges and work your way in toward there. However, rescue equipment is going to be prioritized on people and saving lives, not so much coming in here and getting containers out of the way, which means this fire, which is in the center of that stack there in the port of Iskenderun, is going to keep spreading out. There's some ships on scene, Coast Guard cutter, some other tug vessels that are spraying water on the fire. You can see them spraying right there in the background. But really, the only thing that they can do at this point is cool down containers that have not burst into flames. And most importantly, try to save those ship to shore cranes, the big cranes you see in the background. Because if those cranes go, you will not be able to offload containers. You can see this fire is smack dab in the middle of the stack. It's almost impossible to get at. You would have to set up fire monitors on the outside here, spray water into the interior, and then go in and move containers out of the way. But because of the collapse of the stacks, it's going to be really difficult to come in. You may be able to come in from this side, start moving some of those containers out of the way, but it's going to require a lot of work to be able to access this. This means this fire could get worse as the days go on here, meaning that we may lose the port of Iskenderun and the ability to bring in relief supplies. It's going to take a long time to sort out all these containers that have toppled and fallen over. These are just a couple of still images that I was able to pull off Twitter. And you can see it is smack dab in the middle right there. And so your straddle cranes, that's these yellow cranes right down here at the bottom, are not able to go in here and start pulling off containers. They may be able to pull some off, but because they've collapsed over where they run the straddle cranes, they're going to have to come in and physically move them with portable cranes, try to get them up. It's going to take a long time to start moving those containers out of the way. And that fire is going to keep expanding outward and growing. You can see it's got a good head on it now. It's blazing pretty good. One of the big things will be to try to move these ship to shore cranes out of the way. You don't want them getting heat on them. They get heat on them, they'll be damaged. You won't be able to use them. Same thing with the straddle cranes. You may want to move these straddle cranes out of the way and get out there. It's going to take a long time. In a scenario where this is the only thing you have to deal with, this is a tough situation. But with the earthquake that's hit Turkey and life safety now being paramount, it is a potential here for this port to be completely consumed, at least these container stacks, completely consumed by the fire. So not a good situation, especially when you start thinking about you're going to need to bring in relief supplies, emergency equipment, food, aid, you name it. A lot of it's going to come in containers, and it's going to be difficult to get it off. This is a absolutely horrendous event that is taking place right now in Turkey. And my thoughts and best wishes go with everybody there, everybody who's helping out, firefighters, EMS, everybody. Not enough can be done. I know we have political differences at times with different countries, but now that's not the time for this. now's the time to go ahead and help. So anyway, quick little update on what's going on in the port of Iskenderun. If you're new to the channel, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll be alerted about new videos. As they come out, we'll be following this story. This is Sal signing off.